Aye Shepherd's Pie, greetings from the Philippines. Welcome back to the channel, to the centre of a very noisy Dumagetti. Didn't want to make this video, didn't think it was going to happen, but my time in the Philippines is coming to an end. I'm going to be leaving next month. Trouble is, my visa needs renewing today. A lot of things have been going on off camera. I've been under a lot of pressure, and I haven't really spoken about it too much before, but it's all come to a head. So what I've got to do now is I've got to go in and find out what I'm going to do about my last few weeks in the Philippines in terms of visa, and then I'm going to have to go and speak to the agency next door about getting an exit clearance. But yeah, I'm leaving the Philippines. I'm going to get this done now, and then I will talk about what's happened between me and Ellen and why I've come under this pressure and why I've decided to head back to Thailand. Because that's the plan, I'm going back to Thailand next month. Anyway, I will get this visa sorted out now, or hopefully get this visa sorted out, and then I will sit down and have a chat with you. Either with a beer in Sideways where I explain myself, or back at the house. I've shown you before, but this is the where you come to the visa office. It's a very low-key place, very nondescript. They don't advertise it very well. You basically come down here. At the end there is the queue for the visa agency. Not visa agency, sorry, immigration. Which is very quiet in the afternoons. You should come in the afternoons. There's the old security guard sat down. I'm not going to go any further in case, because I don't need to film in here. And that's the visa agency, JRC, which I'm going to be using for my exit clearance. Anyway, here we go. I will catch you on the other side when I've got all this sorted out. Welcome back to the garden. Bit of karaoke in the background. It would not be the Philippines if there wasn't a bit of karaoke. So before I get to what's happening, why I'm heading back to Thailand, we'll have a little quick talk about what happened in immigration and with the visa agent, because it's important and a lot of people ask me about it in the comments. So I got a 1 month extension because I'm flying back to Thailand next month, and it was surprisingly expensive. It was 1,400 something pesos. And I usually pay less than 2,000 for 2 month extensions. And when I asked her why, lovely lady in there, she kind of pulled her face and looked down to say she didn't agree with it either. Yeah, but basically if you extend for 2 months, it's about 1,800. If you extend for 1 month, it's just under 1,500. So that second month is good value. It's about 300 pesos. But there you go. Then I went to JRC, the visa agent next door, and to speak about my exit clearance visa, exit clearance certificate, because this is a scam. It really is a scam. They won't do it. They can't do them in the Dumagetti immigration office. So I basically have two options. I either use a visa agent and pay well over the top for that, or we get it at Manila on the way back, which should cost around the 1,500 peso mark, I believe. Not doing that because I've only got a 2 hour, 3 hour, I think it's just under 3 hour turnaround from my flight to Dumagetti to my flight to Bangkok. So I'm not risking it. Flights are frequently delayed here. You often get queues at the counters, I've been told. So it would probably be alright. I have some friends who have recently gone to Thailand on a holiday and they didn't have any issues. But I'm not going to risk it. I'm not going to risk my flights and that just for the sake, you know, for the sake of a couple of thousand pesos. And that's what it is. It's for me to use JRC. I couldn't do it today because immigration got my passport because I just extended, and I don't do the express. So I'll pick my passport up next week, and then and JRC couldn't do it without the passport. So I'll go in next week to JRC when I get my passport back. I will produce evidence of my flight tickets, give them my passport, and pay them 3,500 pesos to sort it out for me. Should be an issue. When I asked them before, they said do it, best to do it at least 2 weeks. I'll be doing it more than 2 weeks, it'll be more than 3 weeks. So should be okay. It's not big money, but it's irritating in the sense that can't help but feel it's a scam between the visa agents and the immigration people, because why can't you get it from the immigration office in Dumaguete? Why do they not do it? But you know, how is it a visa agent can sort it out for you for an extra 2,000 pesos, but they can't? But it is what it is. I know some good meaning people suggest, well, you could go to Cebu and you could... There's no point, none of it is more cost effective. I could have got a flight to Manila and stayed there the night before and then been certain of getting my... With a hotel and the spending the time in Manila would all been a lot more money and a lot more inconvenience than just paying the 2,000 peso fee. You know, I did look at, there were a couple of flights I'd looked at where there was a much longer layover in Dumaguete. I'd get to Dumaguete, to Manila from Dumaguete, and then I would be in Manila for 22 hours and then from the next day to get the flight to Thailand, and the flight was a bit cheaper. But who the hell wants to do that? You know, spend 22 hours in an airport to save 2,000 pesos? Because you wouldn't. You spend it on food, you spend it on other stuff. So anyway, it's done. It's not big money. Don't really care about the 2,000. It's just, I find it ridiculous that they would have a system, a government system for immigration where you can't actually access it through the government channels. You need to use an agent, but there you go. So now then, the elephant in the room. Why am I going back to Thailand? Well, I'm going back to Thailand. I'm not going to speak ill of Ellen now. I can't. I mean, you see an image of her, and it's going to be a difficult video to make. It really is. You see an image of her, and you think she's something, and that she's submissive, and she's nice, and she's funny, and she is in many ways. But she can also, when she gets, she's like a dog with a bone. When she gets her teeth stuck into something, she is relentless. And it can grate you down after a while. You think you're going to stand your ground, and I will not give in. But after a while, it becomes... My dog's just come to say hello. You give in. And this is a classic example. Enough is enough. I promised her when I first came here, I would take her to Thailand. And she has gone on and on and on about it. And I've relented. So we're going on a holiday to Thailand. I know that was a bit of a crappy thing to do. Make it look like I was leaving, but it's a bit of fun, and I didn't lie. Everything I've said is true, so you can call it clickbait, you can call it what you like. It's all true. I am leaving. It is because of Ellen, because if she'd left me to my own devices, we wouldn't be booking this holiday, to be honest with you, because I tend to look on life as I'm on holiday, if you know what I mean. I'm not in a holiday mode, but life is a holiday. So, you know, like in the UK, when you're working, I used to look forward to my holidays because they would escape from work. I'm not working anymore. So I've taken very few of what you would call holidays when I was, since I've become an expat in Southeast Asia. I mean, I took a few in Thailand, but they were always big, you know, for the visa runs. You know, so you had a week or a couple of weeks in Cambodia or here or there to fulfill the visa runs. If it hadn't been for those, hello sweetie, are you going to come and say hello or not? It would, I wouldn't have taken them, but I enjoyed them. So, yeah, I didn't really want to go back to Thailand. Some people will call me a simp, say you've given in to her. Well, look, that's what relationships are all about. It's give and take. Not quite as given in. And the reality is, I'm glad to say now, I am very happy that I gave in to her. Because I was reluctant and I was putting it off. I was always looking for an excuse why not to go. You know, it was the burning season. I mean, that was a genuine reason not to go, but had I been desperate to go, that probably wouldn't have stopped me. But it's one of those things, they call it in psychology, attribution theory. now that we've booked it, I can't wait to go. I'm really looking forward to it. You know, you put it off. And as I say, I had told her we'd go. She was right. And she wasn't nagging all the time. It's just, I could see her face. A couple of our friends have just gone to Vietnam. Other people were going away. We weren't going. A couple of times. Anyway, it is. We are going back to Thailand. All bought and paid for now. Booked the flights, booked the hotels. So I just got to sort my visa out next week. We're going at the end of next month, or towards the end of next month. And I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. It's be interesting to see, because I've never really been to Thailand with a girlfriend. And we are going to, well, the plan is we're not going for that long. We're going a bit longer than a week. We're going to start off in Bangkok, and then we're going to head down to Pattaya, because I want to show Ellen where I used to live. I mean, this is a thing, but it seems a bit strange bringing a girlfriend to Pattaya, given the kind of place it is. But she is bang up for it. She can't wait to see Walking Street. She has an obsession with the idea of all these bar girls and go-go dance and things. She wants to see them. So yeah, but it'll be interesting in the sense that whenever I've gone to Pattaya in the past, I have always been in party mode. You know, it was there on a holiday. I'd come down from Petrobras to do my visa run over to Cambodia, you know, and I'd be out and I would be socialising with friends there, and you know, male tourists, shall we say, who were there for a good time. I won't be doing any of that this time with Ellen. Ellen wants to do temples and things, which I'm bang up for. I mean, a few of the ones I've been to before, but she hasn't. I don't mind going to see them again. But we're not going, I very much doubt we're going to be drinking to the early hours in go-go bars. I think there'll be a lot more cake eating. I think there will be a lot more restaurants to visit. There might be, who knows, it was never legal when I was in Thailand. Be interested to see how it pans out. But we're going to stay in the Koh San Road for the first few days. We're going to explore some of the temples and the sites there. Then we'll bang on down to Pattaya. We're staying in Jomtien for a few days. Probably hire a scooter, have a little whiz around the area. But I am looking forward to showing Ellen some of my old haunts, some of the great barbecues, some of the great restaurants. Trouble is, she's doing all the research, and she keeps coming up with go here, go there, go this. And I keep saying to her, you've got no idea, concept how far these places are apart, where you can go. Keep showing me tourist traps, which I know are terrible places. Oh, I want to eat there because this Filipino was eating there. So there will be a bit of attention on that one, as I keep saying to her, listen, you have the opportunity to go on holiday with someone who has lived in these places, travel through them extensively. Over the years, I have learned where to go and where not to go. You know, we're not going to fall in for, you know, the rookie mistakes that lots of tourists make when they take these videos and think, oh, this is a fantastic place. No idea that they're paying 2 times, 3 times as much as they should be. And if they went a couple of 100 metres down the road and turned left, they'd be getting a best butter meal. But you know what I'm talking about. You know where I'm coming from on that one. But we will do a bit. I promised. I mean, Ellen wants to do a one of those dinner cruises, so we're booking one of them because it will be a bit of give and take. So we will do a bit of that. Probably have a couple of nice restaurants in a couple of meals in some of the nice restaurants. I was looking at one the other day. There's one, the Sky Hotel is a restaurant right at the top. Probably have a meal there. So we'll do the river queues. We'll do at least 3 or 4 temples. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to it now. I've even been seen to do the happy dance a couple of times, and so has Ellen during the past couple of days since we booked it. But it will be fun. Trouble is, when you're leaving the Philippines, as it gets closer, we're going to worry more and more about the bureaucracy here. Is she going to be able to get out of the country? Are immigration going to allow her to travel? I will be very upset if they don't. I mean, that'll put a real pressure on our relationship. Do I go without her for holiday, or do we both miss out on a holiday if she gets stopped at immigration and come back? Of course I'll stay here. I wouldn't leave her in Bangkok and go on holiday by myself, would I? Don't think I would. But I think we'll be alright on that front. But it is a worry, because you hear some stories, but there is zero reason why immigration would not let her through. Going to make sure she's got plenty of money. Well, she has got money in her bank account, but we will make sure there is enough money in her bank account, that she's got bank statements with her, that she has a sizable amount of cash readies in her purse when we get to the airport. She's already, because she's worried about these things, she's sourced a certificate of employment from her employer to prove she's got a job, and she's got her application, her leave dates all printed out so they tally in. We have return tickets. I booked the hotel rooms in my name, but I'm going to change that. You can with Agoda, so they're in her name. So there really is no reason why they can stop us. And if they do, I'll be reasonable. I mean, they might separate us, but I'll create Mary Hell. I've told Ellen, if they do separate us, and they carry on after a few minutes of questioning, just ask your supervisor, make a fuss, because there is no reason why they could stop her from going. She is gainfully employed. She will have enough funds to prove that she can sustain herself should we split up or have an argument in Pattaya. Because someone told me in the comments when I last spoke about this, one of their concerns is that the wife goes over, or the girlfriend goes over with a guy, they're in a relationship but then split up, and he kicks her out the room and leaves her there trapped in Thailand with no money. That may be one of their concerns. I understand if it is, but we're going to allow for that. I say I'll put the hotel rooms in her name, so they're hers, so I couldn't kick her out if I wanted to. She will prove she has sufficient money in her bank account and on her that if that did happen, she can pay for her hotel, etc, etc. So that shouldn't be an issue. She can prove that she will return to the Philippines. I mean, she's got a daughter, for God's sake. She's got a good job. She's not going to disappear over there, and there's no reason why they should suspect that she would. And a relationship, can we prove we're in a relationship? Well, my God, I've got going on 2 years of YouTube videos proving we live together and all the rest of it. So I don't think it's going to be a problem, but that will not stop us worrying. I'm sure there will be some people in the comments saying, you're worrying over nothing, don't be ridiculous. Well, I'm not worrying over anything, and I'm not overly worrying. I think it will be okay, but the reality is it can happen. I know of people who have been stopped at the airport and not allowed to travel for no real reason. But do I think it's probable that it's going to happen to us? No, I'd say there's a 90+% chance, 95% chance it won't happen. Touch wood. So I'm not overly worried about that. I'll be very happy when we actually get on the flight at the other end. Things that are starting to bother me are now delays, because a few of my friends who travelled away recently, and Brent's tripping, he's had some terrible problems with flights being delayed. I hope that doesn't happen, because we're not going for that long. And if our flight was delayed by more than a couple of hours here in Dumaguete, we would be getting stuck in Manila. But hey ho, I'm talking for the sake of it now, because that could happen to anyone. So yeah, I'm not worried. For those who call me a simp, I've just given in to her. Well, if that's what a simp is, I'm very happy. Because I say, I was never against it. I am one of these people. I need to be pushed into doing things. I'm an incredibly lazy man. I have said that many times on this channel, and it's true. It's why I retired so early. It's why I love living in Asia. Don't like doing anything, and I don't like pressure, which is why it took me so long to decide whether we were going to move into the new house or not. So, but once I've made a decision, I get quite energized. I jump on board. I'm all hands in. Is that the word? Can't think what the expression is. I do mix up my metaphors when I make a video. So yeah, looking forward to it now. Cannot wait, in actual fact. It's just over a month away, and the time is going to drag. The time is going to drag. So anyway, I think I've covered it all now. That's the story. I am leaving the Philippines. I'm going to Thailand for a holiday with the lovely Ellen, and then I will be coming back to the Philippines. And it's a good thing as well, because I am planning on staying in the Philippines longer term. I will go back to the UK at some stage, but the beauty of you know, not to live just for a few months or whatever, see things and visit people, etc. But it will be nice that when I leave now and come back again, I will be starting all over again with the visa in terms of the 3-year process, which is good. Although I've never felt under any pressure. I mean, today I went in, they didn't ask me a single question to extend. In fact, I was asking them the question, because I was just double checking that I couldn't get the exit clearance with them, etc. But you know, these channels that will tell you they're cracking down and they're doing this and they're doing that. Not that I've heard of, anecdotally, not at all. They ask the odd question now more than they do. In the first year, they seem to ask you more questions. They might ask you to put another line on your explanation for staying, extending. You know, I used to put just tourism. Now they'll say, can you expand on that? So I just put, I'm staying on tourism, I'm exploring the country, I'm, you know, I'm experiencing life living in the Philippines. Fine with it. So yes, although it's not really a hassle, it might have been when I renewed my ACR card, because that runs out around October, because then I'll be in the last 3 year stage. So one of the benefits of this little trip is I will be back to square one on the 3 year stay. So very happy about it. Glad she's pushed me into doing it, and we'll be doing a lot of vlogging, so it will be good for content, because I run out of things to talk about. I'm always thinking of ideas for new content, but I'm not very imaginative, so I don't come up with much. But a week plus in Thailand will give me a lot of possibilities in terms of footage. I am going to try and interview some people out there. I'm going to touch base with some fellow vloggers, and yeah, so something to look forward to. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the channel, enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the channel, but if you did, it would be fantastic if you smashed the like button. It's very good for the algorithm, gets my videos out there, and I'm always trying to expand the channel. So if you do like, I will be very grateful. If you subscribe, I'd be even more grateful. Or would I be just the same great? No, I'd be more grateful. Yeah, subscriptions are better than likes. But if you did both, my God, you would make me happy. But whether you do, whether you don't, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, stay safe, be lucky.